guys are 21 years old. I don't think so. But you know why I asked you? This is the 21st year we're reading the story on Mother's Day here at St. Paul's. And if you remember Love You Forever, I bet you some of you have it at home and your moms read it to you. Maybe your grandmas too. Love You Forever. A mother held her new baby and very slowly she rocked them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held them, she sang. I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Well, that baby grew. He grew and he grew. He grew until he was 2 years old, and he ran all around the house, and he pulled all the books off the shelves, and he pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. And sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy." I'm sure none of you have ever heard that. But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to the room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang. I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Well, that little boy grew. He grew and he grew until he was 9 years old. And he never wanted to come in for dinner. And he never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, sometimes he said bad words, and his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, that mother quietly opened the door to his room. She crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of the bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang. I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Well, the boy grew. He grew and he grew, he grew until he was a teenager, and he had some strange friends, and he wore some strange clothes, and he listened to some strange music, and sometimes his mother felt like she was living in the zoo. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, that mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of the bed, and if that teenage boy was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and while she rocked him, she sang. I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Well, that teenage boy grew, he grew, and he grew until he was a grown-up man, and he left home and he got a house across town. But sometimes, on dark nights, that mother got into her car and drove across town. Well, she's got a ladder strapped onto the roof of her car. And if all the lights were out in her son's house, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and she rocked him back and forth,
came at the door, she tried to sing that song. She sang,
I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always.
but she couldn't finish the song. She was too sick. So that son went to his mother, and he picked her up, and he rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and he sang this song. I'll love you forever, I love you for always, as long as I'm living, my mommy will be. Well, when that son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. And then he went into the room where his very newborn baby daughter was sleeping. And he picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, I'll love you forever, I love you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby will be. That mom really loved her son, didn't she? And that son really loved his baby little girl, and he really loved his mother too. Today's Mother's Day. What do we feel about our moms? How much do they love us? A lot,